Steady now.
While Halo Reach would serve as a prequel to the first game, it also marked a finale, the last title Bungie would work on with Microsoft before entering a partnership with Activision. Subsequently, development duties would be moved to 343 Industries, and Bungie would start work on Destiny. As the end of an era, and the culmination of 5 games worth of tweaks and changes, Reach proved a fitting swan song for the developer. Boasting an exciting campaign, intricately customizable multiplayer modes, and a worthy evolution on the firefight mode, it proves a complete package that would please fans of the series to no end. Halo Reach takes place shortly before the events of the first game, Combat Evolved, and focuses on Noble Team. A squad of Spartan soldiers, Noble 6 is the newest addition to the team as the squad fights back against the Alien Covenant. With most of Earth's colonies wiped out by the invading force, Reach stands as the last hope for humanity. But with an invasion beginning, it's up to Noble Team to find a way to defend Reach. Though with the power of hindsight and the events in previous Halo games, the job may be easier said than done. Fans will appreciate the ties to subsequent stories in the series, yet this self-contained narrative is perfectly enjoyable without that knowledge. It's far more ambitious than any Bungie Halo before, with far more character interaction and plentiful banter between Noble Team, though it doesn't always land. Some cliched squad members, including the Brute with a heart of gold, struggle to make an impact with little screen time, and key moments consequently feel a touch flat. However, it still builds nicely with stakes rising as each mission grows increasingly pressured.
Not gonna lie to you, Lieutenant. You're stepping into some shoes the rest of the squad would rather leave unfilled. Me, I'm just happy to have Noble back up to full strength.
Halo Reach is admittedly less ambitious on the gameplay front, but instead a pure refinement on a great foundation. Combat and shooting both feel snappy, with responsive controls and impactful guns ranking up there with the best. Along with series staples, new additions to the series include the potent DRM rifle with serious headshot potential, the grenade launcher which can wipe out multiple foes with a well-arced shot, and the needle rifle, a sniper variant of the classic Needler. They feel like great additions, but perhaps more notable is armor abilities. These offer short-term gains which can be changed by equipping new mods, including the ability to sprint, plant a bubble shield, and even glide with a jetpack. They add a unique edge to combat, as you can time these to gain the advantage, such as using an armor lock to absorb damage from a grenade. These changes aren't likely to convert series skeptics, but fans should appreciate these tweaks fully. Reach is also incredibly content-rich, with 3 key modes for all player types. The campaign is spread across 10 missions, each seeming more significant than the last. The epic set pieces you'd expect are here, including Pelican rides as you man defensive turrets, and fending off Covenant taking over a military base. The variety of locales feels far greater this time, with the initial mission seeing you travel through a more rural crop farm, or a later chapter seeing you navigate through a city as panicked citizens flee. This doesn't sacrifice the scope of previous games, with a memorable aerial-focused mission seeing you fly to multiple skyscrapers, completing objectives, and there's even a space combat section during one chapter. It's a fantastic campaign, and like before, it can be played with 3 friends in co-op through either split screen or online. You can even mix and match, though it's worth mentioning you can only have 2 players on a single console.
Triple kill. Double kill.
Speaking of co-op, Firefight would return after debuting in ODST the year prior. Seeing you fend off waves of Covenant, much like Horde from Gears, a plethora of welcome tweaks only improve this mode further. Like before, you can choose either standard Firefight or add in generators to defend for a further challenge, but new modes add further twists. Rocket Fight sees you armed with the explosive armament, Gruntpocalypse sees you contend with grenade-throwing foes, and Score Attack sees you aiming for the best result on a standard firefight. These add more funds to the proceedings, but the wealth of customization options prove even more enticing. You can tweak a raft of options, what enemies spawn on certain waves, which weapons are available, and even enable skull modifiers to help or hinder your attempt. With 4-player co-op available as well, you can expect the chaos to increase tenfold. Customization is also key to Halo Reach's multiplayer. Along with traditional modes such as Slayer, new additions include Headhunter, which sees you vying to deposit skulls after killing foes, Generator Defense has a team of Spartans fending off playable Covenant soldiers, and Stockpile forces you to collect flags and defend them. They all prove great fun, and much like Firefight, multiplayer boasts a ton of customization options and modifiers in custom games. Forge returns as well, allowing you to modify maps while also using Forge World, which serves as a sort of blank canvas to create madness. It retains the innate fun of the series while adding enough to differentiate it, though sadly as of January 2022, matchmaking was shuttered and limits competitive to custom games. However, with split screen, system link and custom setups still available, there's still plenty of options to enjoy here. Halo Reach would also boast an overhauled visual presentation that looks excellent. Extensive use of motion capture gives animation a more realistic, fluid motion, which is especially noticeable during cutscenes. As a result, characters emote far better than in prior games.
Beautiful, ain't it? Someone should take a picture. Nice work, by the way.
I aim to please.
Weapons, enemies, and vehicles all boast more detail than previous games, while large environments offer intricate touches such as roaming wildlife during the first mission. Slowdown can be an issue during more intense moments, but it doesn't affect gameplay too much. It's a big budget blockbuster in gaming form, and it proves a welcome upgrade. The sound is also strong, with Martin O'Donnell's return making for a fantastic soundtrack that balances somber tones, tension builders, and epic bombast well. Effects are equally potent, with weighty gunfire, potent explosions, and Covenant screams, which range from intimidating to comical, depending on the enemy type. Voice work is earnest and competent, even if certain lines can fall into archetypes at times. As the finale for Bungie's time on the series, Halo Reach is an excellent first-person shooter which is content-rich, filled with epic moments, and customizable to the nth degree. The core gameplay still feels great, the campaign is memorable, and both Firefight and multiplayer deliver the goods. Couple that with a fantastic presentation and welcome tweaks to the formula, and fans were naturally engrossed with this one. While ambitious storytelling sometimes faltered, and skeptics would remain unconvinced if they didn't take to Halo's brand of shooting, it still proved an excellent way to spend your time. First-person shooter aficionados would do well to add this one to their collection.
Signa. It's patchy, but it's there.
I'll take it.
Let's not touch anything. You wouldn't want to ground this place.